welcome to Messy World. Alright, before we get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bang that notification bell so you can be notified of all the future videos that I post. Let's get into it. So y'all may have heard this tea, but it is hot. Steve Harvey is preparing himself for a nasty, messy divorce. Okay, so Radar Online has dropped an exclusive saying that Steve Harvey is preparing for a divorce. Okay, so of course, as you may already know, Steve Harvey is on his third marriage with Marjorie Harvey. Okay, and he is on a mission to liquidate all of his assets ahead of a divorce battle. Okay, so they learned exclusively that since January, he has put 4 of his properties in Texas on the market and sold 2 for an estimated $2 million already. Sources revealed that he has transferred ownership of another Texas property from his wife Marjorie's name into his own name. Okay, so they're saying that Steve has learned a lesson from his divorce from his second wife, Mary, and it took him years to get their properties into his name. Okay, so basically these home sales that he's been doing since January comes ahead of the news that his $200 million business empire may be on the line. Okay, and his wife Marjorie Harvey is not happy about it. Okay, the source says that Marjorie would never allow herself to be pushed around. Money talks and her man had better provide. And when the money's gone, she's gone too. Steve is desperate to stay on television. He supports all 6 of their children in fine style, and Marjorie is blowing through his cash. He's even admitted to the pals that he needs to work things out with her and he'll be left with nothing, which is insane because he's been on TV for 25 years. So Marjorie and their daughter Lori, who is 22, have been on a small fortune celebrity A-list tour of Japan, Vietnam, the Maldives, Tanzania, and Russia, sources are saying. Meanwhile, Steve Harvey has stayed in the U.S. where he has struggled to prepare to launch his TV show. Okay, so they're saying that they're headed toward a bitter divorce. Marjorie is not going to be happy about this. She is used to being kept by Steve and his money, so Steve has to do everything he can to get his ducks in a row before this divorce. So an insider is also spilling tea that Steve has a wandering eye, and basically he cheated during his previous marriages, and Marjorie knows that he could do it again. So she knows her man's weakness. She knows everything about him. As you may know, Harvey left his first wife, Marcia, in 1990 while she was pregnant to move in with his second wife, Mary Shackelford, who became his second wife in 1996. So it was Mary's sister who predicted that Steve's third marriage will also end in divorce. She said Marjorie will end up divorcing him and taking him for everything he's got. So it looks like Steve is trying to prevent that from happening. It also is come out that Marjorie's ex-husband is preparing to drop a tell-all book. Okay, so Marjorie's ex-husband, his name is Jim Townsend. He told Radar Online that while he was in prison, he basically written a memoir that basically threatens to blow the lid off of the marriage of Steve and Marjorie's marriage. Okay, so he said, I wrote 2/3 of the book in prison, and so he said that he did have reservations about sharing his explosive story because of the kids, but he decided to go ahead with the project, whether his ex, Marjorie Harvey, likes it or not. He says, I have no allegiance to Marjorie. She showed her hand. I'm going to tell my story. It doesn't matter if she knows about it or not. Okay, so it's been previously reported that the FBI and DEA began investigating Marjorie in the early 90s while she was married to Jim Townsend. The agencies reportedly suspected Marjorie played a role in the drug ring. Alright, and Townsend said that she could have been arrested if he didn't cooperate. So he had to cooperate so that he could save Marjorie from being arrested. So Townsend was eventually indicted for attempting to buy 40 kilos of cocaine, and he was sentenced to life in prison. He served 26 years and was released in January of 2017 after being granted by President Obama. Now, Marjorie was never charged for any crime, but she split from Jim Townsend less than 5 years into his sentence. Okay, so Marjorie was not going to stay married to this man while he was serving his life sentence. Of course, Steve Harvey came around with the money, so she had to get off of that train really quick. He says, I'm pouring my heart out and I'm going to be sharing all of Marjorie's explosive secrets. No one knows what happened but me and Marjorie. Okay, so I'm sure that Steve Harvey and Marjorie know that this explosive memoir is about to come out, so that might explain why Steve Harvey is doing all that he needs to do to offload some of his assets and get them out of Marjorie's name so that he doesn't lose everything. But this could just be a rumor report. Let us know what you think about this. Is Steve Harvey heading for a messy divorce with Marjorie Harvey? And will you be reading this memoir once it comes out from Marjorie's ex-husband? Leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more messy entertainment.